What's up, YouTube? I like to start this video out first by, well, excuse me, like it's that hard for me to get this out. But I like to start this video off by first giving shout outs to the New York Giants. They went out there, they handled their business on the road, against a hostile environment, in a situation against a team that, had a better record than them. However, it was not a team that the Giants believed they could not beat. And therefore, they went out there and handled their business. Shout out to them. But listen, man. When I tell you about these media guys, man, that are on Fox and that are on ESPN, I tell you, man, these people, they just have recency bias. And it affects their ability to think clearly and to determine which team is better than who and who will beat who. The new thing right now, the new fad right now, is because the Philadelphia Eagles, since Jalen Hurts got hurt and had 2 games with Gardner Minshew, the quarterback, as well as went out there and just did what they had to do on Sunday just to get the number 1 seed against a bunch of backups. And, because they did what they had to do. Right now, the new thing is the shit on the Eagles, man. For lack of a better word, that's what they're doing. They want to just say, hey, look, man, I don't know. So it has gotten so bad now. The new thing, especially on Monday morning, I don't know what these cats are going to say come Thursday, Friday, when it's time to really put those picks in. But right now, they're talking like, they think the Giants is finna come up into Lincoln Financial Field in South Philadelphia and beat the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, listen, I'm going to let them give y'all an idea of what I'm talking about. And then I'm going to chime in on this, man, just to tell you what I think about this nonsense. Here we go, man.
Back to the Giants. Daniel Jones had 17 carries, including scrambles and design runs. Saquon had 9. So that's not an accident. You think like, that quarterback had 17 carries? Who was he, Lamar Jackson, Justin Fields? No. Because they saw or something from the last time they played. They did. That they were not accounting for this man's legs. And I said early on.
Shout out to the Giants, man. That was a good game plan to incorporate the legs of Daniel Jones. Giants almost beat them a few weeks ago. I think it was Christmas Eve. When the Giants had played these dudes, the Minnesota Vikings. And this helped them a lot using that intel. So we can see his Daboll was much more prepared for the Vikings than the Vikings were for him. And that's because the Vikings defensive coordinator is trash. That's the reason. The Vikings defensive coordinator did not have necessary adjustments, nor did he prepare for the Giants, as well as Daboll and his offensive crew prepared for him. That's what happened there. But shout out to the Giants.
Are you not going to account for his legs? Mm-hmm. You better. Well, when you tried to, it was too late, Skip. By the time they realized that, man, you know what? They're running him by design. Well, it's late fourth quarter, you're trying to get the ball back.
Yep. Would you believe that 7 times Daniel Jones ran for a first down?
Yep.
7 times he ran for a first.
He trying to build up his little nonsense. The Cowboy fanboy, he's about to come with his nonsense.
Down. And for the day, they were 7 of 13 on third down, but they went 2 of 2 on fourth down. So that's 9 of 15 times that you had to convert. They converted. Well, that's how you win the game, because then in the end, you know what's going to happen in time of possession. You're going to dominate it, which they did, 34-26, right?
They couldn't get them off the field.
Couldn't get them off
We got to keep it real, just real quick. I'm going to let them go ahead, but for real, listen. The New York Giants did a good job yesterday. But we're not going to sit here and act like they went up against a real defense. The Minnesota Vikings have the 31st ranked defense in the NFL. They are a team that they won most of their games by 1 score. They actually did something like set a record for winning the most 1-score games in the history of the NFL. And it's for this reason that many people did not believe in the Vikings anyway. In particular, their defense. Now, people believe in Justin Jefferson. People like Thielen. They like Hawkinson. It's Kirk Cousins, man. People just don't believe in him. Period. Now, he has the same problem, like Jalen Hurts has, in that he was not a first-round pick, late-round pick, right? So people hate on those guys unless they go all out and beyond. So Kirk Cousins has put up numbers, but he hasn't won the big game, blah, blah, blah. So many people believe the Giants would beat the Vikings. I mean, one of them. So the 300 yards, listen, it's a good day, but you have to look at it and look at it for what it is. The Minnesota Vikings play a defensive style that just gives up yards. They do. The defense is not good. All right. So while, this is impressive, I mean, is it going to get you to the point where you think they're going to win next week? That's the thing. Here we go.
Field. Okay.
Over 50% on third down, Skip. Yeah, good things normally going to happen for you. Over 50%, and you didn't turn it over.
Okay. How many times yesterday did I sit back on a running play design and I said, that is clever.
Yes.
I like that. I haven't seen that quite like that before. Dayball was calling it.
He was in his bag yesterday.
He was in his bag, and he was in his bag all week.
Now what he wants to build up is this idea, Dayball is calling it, Dayball's doing this. Right? So now the next thing is going to be, now he's not going to say that in this, but the next thing is going to be, I think he's going to out-coach the Eagles coaches. That's going to be the next thing. Watch.
He said, I was ready for that. I wanted to empty the bag all over. I mean, he did.
And you remember, Skip, we saw a lot of this with who? Josh Allen. When he was the play caller, remember last year, the year before in the playoffs?
That's true.
You see Josh Allen, a lot of those quarterback runs, they say, son, if it's not there, your first or second read, take off. Don't hold on to the ball. They did a great job. I thought the offensive line did a great job with Danielle Hunter. Yeah, they got him a couple of times, but he didn't spit the ball up when they did touch him.
Yep.
And that's the one thing that you can't have now. We'll talk about this, the Chargers notwithstanding. You don't want to turn the ball over come playoff time because normally that's the quickest way to get you beat. And we saw that last night. One really turnover flipped the game in Baltimore. One team is going in to score and take the lead, and the next thing you know,
it's a 14-point swing.
Yes.
You don't see that very often.
No, you don't. 98-yard, the longest return.
98-yard?
So with that being said, Skip, Daniel Jones, give him his flowers today. He deserved it. Now, I don't know who's going to be.
I agree. Give him his flowers. Even though their defense is trash, they went up against us, still give him his flowers. Good job. You could have sucked.
The Cowboys game was standing, but the NFC Offensive Player of the Week should be Daniel Jones.
Okay.
I don't know, Brock Purdy might have some. Mr. Purdy might have something to say about this.
This was beyond that. To me, this was the game.
Skip, the man passed for more yards in the game than Joe Montana in the playoffs. That got to be worth something.
I got
it. Shannon funny, man. Boy, crazy.
But this was, again.
I'll be making videos about Brock Purdy soon enough. Trust me. We'll get to this little dude.
They were the underdogs, and there they are.
But you didn't think they should have been underdogs.
I did not. I picked them, and I actually believe. Speaking of the NFC, Brian Daboll is my coach of the year.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I don't know how you can get around
you
that.
You gonna get Kyle Shanahan now? Kyle Shanahan, you ain't gonna do that what he did?
Yeah, boy, it's close. But this is turning around a culture. This is a team. Remember, Daniel Jones is 1-6 against my Cowboys right now, and the one he won was the Andy Dalton game up there 2 years ago when McCarthy's looking up on the, he didn't pull his challenge flag. Remember, it's just like it was
challenge it.
It was blatant. It was just blatant. You could overturn it with one flick of the wrist, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm the Cowboy coach. I don't know what I'm doing."
He looking at himself over there like, "Damn."
Oh look, that's me up there.
Pretty swell up there.
Okay, all right.
Now look at this right here. Now I know Skip won't talk, but look at this right here. The Philadelphia Eagles, have the the best case scenario set up for them right now. Look at this. So Saturday, January 21st, we have the 8:15 game. The New York Giants going into Philadelphia to face the Eagles. Okay, you got that on one hand. And then the next thing, look at what's set up. Either the 49ers, either Dallas or Tampa Bay is going to play the San Francisco 49ers. Wow. So it's either Brady against the 49ers or what they really want is Dallas versus the 49ers. Just imagine that there. Like, you think the Eagles, honestly, so the Eagles had to beat the Giants of all the teams they had to face. You think that story's going to end like that?
To me, all of a sudden, the team of destiny looks like the Giants because they have caught fire when you're supposed to catch fire as opposed to my Cowboys. So the point is that they even got the luck of the draw because I don't think anybody right now wants to go to San Francisco and the winner of tonight's game is going, maybe it's a consolation or booby prize. You have to go play those guys over at their place, right?
Here comes the dumb stuff, but listen.
Well, it's hard. Well, all of a sudden, the place to go is to Philadelphia. And I'm taking nothing. You know how much I love Jalen Hurts, but he got hurt.
Yes.
And
Listen. All right. He said, I don't think anyone will want to travel to San Francisco. That's tough. The place to go is Philadelphia. Let me explain something to you, you little pencil neck, wrinkled in the box joker. Listen. The New York Giants have not won in Philadelphia for almost 10 years. For exactly about 10 years. Yeah. He lost 9 straight there. Now, unless you believe some stuff like the 10th is the charm or whatever, that tells me they don't have too many good memories about the link in Philadelphia. This crowd. No. That doesn't make sense to say they'd rather go there. That's the last place they want to go. They ain't won there. And honestly, they have no reason to believe they could beat the Eagles. I do not understand why people keep bringing up that last game. Trust me, in that last game, in light of the way this is shaping up, the game plan the Eagles played against the Giants was the best possible thing they could do. That was the best possible thing they could do. It had the Eagles went out there, all their starters running their real, true offense. The Giants would have been more prepared, would have been better prepared for us now, this week coming up. Do y'all understand how football works? Brian Daboll is going to be prepared for the things you did the first time to beat him. And he kind of showed his hand, actually, in that game with his backups because he was running the same plays. So now Jalen Hurts got to see those plays that he used. And it ain't like the Giants really stopped us or anything. The Eagles were driving down the field. They were moving the ball. They had no problems moving the ball. It's just that in the end zone, in the red zone, we had no problem settling for kicks because there was no fear of the Giants offense. Anyone who does not understand it, that was the story of that game. You're not really paying attention. But anyway, here we go.
I don't know how sound his shoulder really is.
And the offense hasn't looked the same.
Just happened.
And that defense has looked progressively worse week after week.
Okay.
Now, if you're going to count the offense not looking the same, what do you count in the 2 games with Minshew? Okay, you can go ahead and do that if you want to. I don't count those. Like, what does that have to do with Jalen Hurts, the offense with Jalen Hurts? And in that third game, like I said, number 1, they were trying to preserve Jalen Hurts. Number 2, they were being as vanilla as possible. It's just a fact. These are just facts. But these guys, they don't really watch the all 22s to see what's really going on. So, I don't expect them to understand.
So they seem ripe for the taking.
Yes.
Even at home. And they wiped them out up in New York. They went ahead 21-0 and just...
in the final score was like 48-26 or something like that.
Yeah, but it was a wipeout.
Yeah.
And yet, all of a sudden, to your point, the Giants' backups played the heck out of them. So now they're thinking, well, at full strength, let's see what happens.
That's exactly what they're thinking.
I'm with you. I am leaning Giants in this game because it just perfectly shapes up for them to go in there and
Skip wants the Eagles going so bad. Oh, please get the Eagles out of here. That he's that crazy to pick, okay, that Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley going to go up in there and defeat A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, Jalen Hurts, Miles Sanders, Lane Johnson, Jason Kelsey, Jordan Mailata, all these names that's in the Pro Bowl. They just going to destroy Slay, Bradbury, who, them Giants fans, y'all know very well. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, who'll be back. Maddox, who may possibly be back. Hassan Reddick. Josh Sweat will be back. Dominic Sue, Linval Joseph, Jordan Davis, Hargrave, whatever names, Brandon Graham, all these names you want to put in there, you think that they just going to go in there and do that. Oh, Skip. See, this is what Skip Bayless does, though. He hypes himself up, and he believes that, his team is just going to just do it, the Dallas Cowboys. So he's looking for an easy path. He sees that his path is crazy. You got to go through Brady. You got to go through Purdy. And then you got to go through Jalen Hurts. That path is sick, and he knows it. So what he wants to do is get the Eagles out of here if possible. And then number 2, he would rather the Giants win and the Eagles win again. The last thing he wants to do is have the Eagles lose. So what Skip is going to do, what I suspect, he's going to bet against the Eagles the whole playoffs, all along the way. He's going to bet against us this game. He's going to bet against us in the championship game, and he's going to bet against us in the Super Bowl. But it's going to end up the way it did last time, with him pissed off that the Eagles got another ring. You know what, man? I'm good. Peace.